seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Barrett versus Mullinax.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Ms. Barrett, you stand before the court 6 months pregnant, not knowing who fathered your baby. During the period of conception, you say you slept with 2 men multiple times, including the defendant, Mr. Mullinax. Furthermore, you're asking the court to award you $779 for items you've purchased to prepare for the baby's arrival. You say you believe Mr. Mullinax is also responsible for these expenses because he may be the father. Mr. Mullinax, you say you refuse to pay anything for an unborn child that isn't yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
You deny paternity and claim Ms. Barrett had sex with you, her ex-boyfriend, and several other men.
Yes, ma'am.
All during the period of conception.
Yes.
So, Ms. Barrett, please tell the court, how did you end up in this situation?
Over a 3-month period, I was sleeping with 2 different guys, my ex-boyfriend and Mr. Mullinax. Within like 3 months, I slept with them, both of them, about 50 to 60 times.
50 to 60?
Yes.
50 to 60 times each?
No, I was sleeping with Mr. Mullinax Thursday through Monday, and sleeping with my ex-boyfriend roughly Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
On a weekly schedule?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, before I even get to that, take me back. How did you meet?
I met Mr. Mullinax through my ex-boyfriend. His wife, his current wife, which he's still married to, is is my ex-boyfriend's family member.
And this is the ex-boyfriend you were sleeping with?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
He was still with his wife at the time. Whenever we were going out, we were doing double dates.
That's a lie.
And he was coming up to me on the double dates at bars and the tanning salon and different places that we were together, asking me if he left his wife, would I be with him, and that him and his wife were having trouble and that he wanted to be with me instead of his wife.
I've never said any of that stuff.
What happened? I mean, tell me. You're a coward.
When I first met her, she was with my wife, one of my wife's family members, which I'm going through a divorce now with her. And I walked in and he introduced me to her, and I could tell from the first statement she made that she was a complete airhead. So he took me in the back bedroom.
Wait a minute. You're talking about Ms. Barrett?
Yes, ma'am.
How did this progress? And you're married?
Well, me and my wife separated, and after we separated, that's when I began my relationship with her.
Okay.
I went over to her house. The first time I went over there, within 20 minutes, we were in the bedroom.
Okay. So you had sex right away?
Yes. The first time I actually met her, the guy she was dating showed me a bunch of pictures, of naked pictures she had sent him in the phone.
And that's the way that he got
They had been
into
seeing
my
each other,
bedroom.
for only maybe 2 to 3 days at that time. So I figured if it was easy for him, it'd be easy for me.
So you tried it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Barrett, did you sleep with the man within 20 minutes?
Yes. Yes, I did. But the way that he, I just took Mr. Mullinax as being a very truthful and honest person, and that he wouldn't, lie to me and deceive me and do me wrong, which he has now.
And when
because
you first
of
found out
this
you were
guy
pregnant,
texting me.
who did you say was the father?
Mr. Mullinax.
You just said that immediately.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because you knew it was a distinct possibility that your ex-boyfriend could be the father as well.
Mm-hmm. Because he was incarcerated, so I didn't even want to think about that option, really. Mr.
So
Mullinax.
was it really about you being convinced Mr. Mullinax was the father, or the fact that you just wanted him to be the father because he was available to help you take care of the baby?
Pretty much because he was available.
Listen, Your Honor, she sent me a text and said she was pregnant. The next day, she said she had a miscarriage, and then 2 days later, she was pregnant again.
That is a lie.
So I've had doubts the whole time.
Yes, you did. You sent the text.
When her and I first got together, I saw multiple text messages in her phone from other guys talking about, when are you going to let me get another one of those world-famous. Her reputation around the city was that she was good at things like that. I mean, that's pretty much what led me to believe that it'd be easy for me.
I need you to use respectful language in the courtroom. But Ms. Barrett,
I apologize.
were you getting text messages from multiple men asking you for sexual favors and encounters? We'll put it like that.
No,
Yes,
it
ma'am,
was
she
not.
was.
It was not sexual encounters. I was getting multiple messages from men and stuff like that, but they were all my friends and stuff.
Okay, so Mr. Mullinax, when she told you she was pregnant, what was your reaction?
I automatically assumed it wasn't mine because I knew I wasn't the only man she was sleeping with.
But you knew you could be a possibility,
A
right?
possibility, yes, ma'am. The ratio just goes to show, you know, that more than likely I'm not the father.
The ratio.
Yeah, I mean, compared
You
to
did
her sleeping, how many guys?
mathematics?
Yes, ma'am, kind of, because, I mean, if you're sleeping with so many people, how can you tell who the baby's dad is just by, you know, just your ultimate
But
guess?
there were two, she says, so that's math of 50-50, which is a great probability.
I understand that, but I really don't believe it's my kid.
Oh, my goodness. So, did you just sleep together that one time? I don't think so, because Miss Barrett had outlined the calendar. Oh,
Yes, Your Honor. I have the calendar here.
Jerome? Miss Barrett? This is the most symmetrical
Yes.
color block calendar I have ever seen in this courtroom.
If you look at that calendar, you'll see, I mean, it's clear. Me, him, me, him. There's no telling whose baby that is. She couldn't get off her back long enough to decide who she wanted her baby's daddy to be.
Mr. Mullinax, even though it may be a painful truth, let's be respectful in the courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no way to deny this is way too much sex for a young girl to be having with two different men, Miss Barrett. And you're upset now. What are your emotions? You feel what?
Just a month ago, he was telling me that we were going to be together and that we were going to be a family. And just last week, we just had sex last week, and he was telling me that he wanted to be a
With
family.
Mr.
No, that's not
Mullinax?
true.
Yes.
A month ago, I went to her house. I got drunk. I made a mistake. I went over there. And, yeah, we ended up having sex. But, I mean,
No.
I told her what she wanted to hear just to get what I wanted, but I do not
So
want to be
wait
with
a
her.
minute. That means what she's saying is true. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You were just selling her a dream, saying, we're going to be together.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's done that the whole entire time. For the last, 6 months, he's done that.
Why would you do that to her?
I mean, really, there's no explanation for it besides the fact that, I mean, it's just easy to go to get, you know, when I need.
All right. A man will say about anything to get you in the bed. You understand?
Yes.
And look, this calendar is way too full. Why is it the exact same days each week and then the weekend?
Mr. Mullinax had a job at the time, so therefore he would come over on the weekends and leave on Monday nights. So he wasn't there during the week most of the time.
So then you'd be with your...
my boyfriend.
And where would your boyfriend think you were on the weekends?
He wasn't around. He was just out hanging out with his friends and stuff like that.
And this went on for an entire month?
Yeah.
So ultimately, when you looked at the calendar during the week of conception, you actually did sleep with Mr. Mullinax and your ex-boyfriend in that week, so you truly don't know, just like you said.
Yeah, I have no clue. Today's the first day he's ever admitted that there's even a possibility. A couple weeks ago, I found out that I'm having a little boy. I don't want to raise this little boy by myself. I don't want it to not have a father
You
figure
need
in
to
its
find out
life.
who its daddy is, then.
And so that's why I'm here today, is to find out who the father is.
Did you grow up with a father?
Yes, I did.
And so you know how important that is.
Right, yes. And I want that for my son.
Mr. Mullinax, I'm ready to hear from your witness. Ma'am, please stand. State your name.
Paige Huffman.
You're his girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, why is it you instantly start crying when she stood up?
She's just a trouble. Like, she's just trouble. And he's sitting there saying he loves her and stuff. She's really just another notch in his belt. Like, she's nothing. She's nobody
Well, I mean,
special.
look, you don't know
You
what
know?
goes on between our relationship.
I know
and
what he tells me.
I had done
I
something.
know what he tells
And
me.
you said for the past
you-
6
I know,
months, I
you
don't care
only
what you're
know-
saying. You need to let me speak for a second.
Okay, and you know the for a
Well,
fact
I
he's
don't
been over
give
at
a
the
damn. We
house.
slept
Do
with
you
you
not?
one
Okay,
time.
let's get some order. I'm trying to understand.
I
Miss Huffman,
apologize.
so what do you know about this situation?
nothing.
What do you have to add? Miss Huffman, so what do you know about this situation? What do you have
She
to
had
add?
called and asked to speak with Mr. Mullinax, and I put it on speakerphone and let her speak with him.
Okay.
Well, she said that might not be his baby, that, you know, she still wanted his support. And, you know, she needed closure for why he didn't want to be with her.
So, Miss Huffman, you do understand and you realize Mr. Mullinax has admitted to you that he has slept with her, he said about a month ago, she said last week.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you all been
That's the
together?
first I heard about last week because I asked her myself.
Because
did you ask him?
You
Yeah,
called
I
like
asked him. I
an
talked to him
obsessive
every- I
girlfriend.
asked him daily. But like, just like whenever
calls
he
and
cheated
stalks
last
my
month,
phone
whenever
and
he went and slept
everything.
with her, then of course he's going to deny it.
Let's calm down for a second. Mr. Mullinax, you got real quiet on me.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
What exactly is going on here? Did you, in fact, sleep with Miss Barrett a week ago?
No, we did not have sex a week ago. It's been a month ago, and I was drunk when it happened. I mean, that's a mistake I made
And
when I
who's
was
to say that
drinking.
I'm
You know,
the
I know
only
there's no
person?
excuse for what I did. I mean, the truth comes out no matter what. But the fact of the matter is, I do not want to be with her. I told her what she wanted to do.
And Miss Barrett, are you saying that he did tell you that you all were going to be together?
Yes, he did. He said that we were going to be a family and that he wanted a fresh start.
Ultimately, you've gone through, and you are still going through, this pregnancy all alone.
Yes, I am. I went to go get an ultrasound and everything by myself and all. Like, he says he's going to be
Why
there
would I
and
go to
everything,
an
but he
ultrasound
doesn't
when I don't
go.
even think it's my baby?
Believe me, I understand your doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't understand it.
Thank you.
But wouldn't it just behoove you to play a part of some sort just in case it is until you found out?
All that's going to do is ruin my relationship that I'm in now. If it's not mine, I want her out of my life. I don't want to have to deal with her for 18 years, so I'm really hoping this comes back where it's not my kid.
You know, Miss Barrett, it really gets under my skin when I see young women like you that have literally given yourself away. You have given yourself away. And now you stand at this podium by yourself, going to doctor's appointments by yourself, after you done gave away a month's worth of days and nights with two men that are not, will not, or cannot be a part of it and share it with you. And I hope this is a learning lesson for you. Now, you also have come to court saying that you are petitioning the court for $779 because you've had to purchase all the items on your own to prepare for the baby.
Yes, I currently cannot work, and my family, both my sister and my mother, both have been purchasing items and stuff for the baby, which I'm having to pay them back once.
So basically what it is, you're
Because
taking a
it's-
loan. They're buying you the
buying
things
these
and you've
things.
agreed to pay them back at a
Right.
later date.
Yes.
So your suit is for $779.
I do not feel like I should have to pay for a baby that I don't even know if it's mine.
You're not going to be responsible for this amount unless this child is determined to be your biological child, and that's just it.
I understand that.
I have photos of everything.
That has been purchased.
Uh-huh,
Jerome, will
and
you please
everything
hand
is-
me that?
Everything's listed in the amount.
It's a funny thing, I was just over there a week ago and I didn't see anything laying around that looked brand new.
Oh!
So you're saying that she was over there?
I wanted to talk to her and decide what we were going to do if this was my child.
So wait a minute. After an entire month of Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and last month's slip up, suddenly now last week you went over there and just went over there to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
I find that hard to believe. You said you were intimate with this girl 20 minutes after you met her. So obviously you all don't do a lot of talking, and that's
No.
exactly what she said.
I know, that's the truth. That's the
We're
way it
just
did
eating.
happen in the beginning, but not last week.
No, we just get drunk and have fun and have sex. And let's be real about it, Dustin.
That's
I mean,
what's
really.
happened for the past 6 months, but it didn't happen last
For the
week.
past 6
Okay.
months.
Well, when we were together, I'm not talking about.
Yeah.
No.
We hear a murmur from the choir.
That is not.
Stand up for a minute, Miss Huffman. Are some facts becoming evident to you that you didn't know?
I mean, you know, I already know that there's a possibility. You know, I mean, I love him, or otherwise I wouldn't have gave him another chance. And you keep on smirking, and I don't like it. I know that she does not want him to be with me, or otherwise she
I don't
wouldn't have
care.
said. She wouldn't have told me if they was just like friends, just wanting to have a good time. Whenever I called, she wouldn't have been like, yes, we did, and try and tell me
Why, because
everything
I'm
that
a
she
woman?
can
Miss
to get us
Hoffman?
to separate.
Because
Now
I'm a woman?
I understand that that's my
I'm not gonna
stupidity
lie.
to stay with him after that happened. But if this is his baby, you know, it might ruin our relationship because I can't deal
You've
with
already
her.
told me that.
Okay. Miss Huffman, you can take a
Yeah,
seat,
thank you.
and we can go to the results. I think it's time.
There you go, Judge.
These results may in fact be emotional, and so Miss Barrett, you're more than welcome to take a seat. Okay. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. When it comes to the paternity of Sasha Barrett's unborn child, Mr. Mullinax, you are the father. Boy, if you don't get over there and at least see if she's okay and she's carrying your child over there crying, step over there.
I'm sorry about it, you hear me? And I'm gonna help you take care of this baby.
Now, she's been by herself. She done stood up here by herself. She has admitted her secrets, her shame, and basically told more than most women in this world would ever admit to. In the name of finding out who her child's father is. So now, Mr. Mullinax, she came to this courtroom saying there was $779 worth of items purchased for the baby, which means that you are responsible for half of that, $389.50.
I understand. And now that I know this is my child, I'm gonna do what I have to do and take care of my responsibilities.
And listen, Miss Barrett, don't you be a fool and lay down with this man based upon some promise that he's gonna be there for the baby, because he can be there for the baby, but that doesn't mean he's gonna be with you. Are we clear? Court is adjourned. Jerome, can you bring Miss Barrett and Mr. Mullinax up for a second?
Approach the bench here, please.
All right, you have the opportunity to jump on board. I didn't say jump on her. Listen to me. Jump on board in terms of being there for your child, and you two have some time to figure how you want to co-parent and how you want to take responsibility. Are we clear? I wish you the best of luck.